That's cool. All right. Okay. Relax. I already see your face, man. Relax, man. It's cool. You good. Smile. Because it's the 6 Paps Commandments. I'm here, man. 6 Paps Dice, Mr. Lane, if you need me. So we're going to go ahead and touch again on this DNA and KSHINE situation. So if you don't know, KSHINE was on My Expert Opinion, the incomparable, the honorable Math Hoffa's successful podcast. Shout out to Math for everything he got going on. So he was on there talking about his issues with URL, culture. But I'm going off the clips that I saw so far. But he addressed DNA. And he said that one of the issues that he had was that DNA left when he left in WX, and he did not let anyone know that he was leaving, and everyone found out at the same time. You know what I mean? And he made it seem as though DNA never had a conversation with him, amongst other things. So he kind of felt like DNA wasn't holding him down. He felt like DNA didn't have his back, and he kind of felt like, yo, you moving with the ops, right? And you know, so I listened to so DNA put out a whole blog on his channel, Get Money, Drink Water. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. DNA is working. Okay, he giving you the blueprint, my G. Listen, one thing about DNA gonna get some bread, man. So, like we were saying before, Sean felt like DNA could have maybe been, I don't know if he thought he should be more supportive, or he felt he didn't seem as supportive towards him during his issues with URL. I don't know if he felt like DNA shouldn't be battling on URL. I don't really know, but he seemed to take umbrage with how DNA was moving during this time, or around the time where DNA left in WX. But come to find out, DNA had been trying to leave in WX. I gotta give DNA his flowers and his respect for it. He handled Sean with so much care while addressing the situation. No disrespect, no smut on my man's name. He didn't disparage my man's skills, none of that stuff. So DNA get a lot of respect just for that. Loved one, please be quiet while I'm doing this, okay? Cause I gotta cook. I got to cook, baby. I got to cook. You can be in the background, but come on now. Looking more like me than me. My genes are strong. But anyway, what I want to get into is back to the dynamic of this relationship, okay? So there are some people, right, who always been that nigga. Whether you was good in sports, whether you was the guy that you've been rapping and singing and dancing since school, you always got attention. I don't know what kind of attention Sean got, but Sean's always been a talented guy, so I know he always got a decent amount of attention. You know what I mean? But Sean, if you don't know, started on Dot Mob. He was a Dot Mob member, and so he was kicked out, really for no reason, honestly. I don't know if that was Rex and Mook decision, but he was kicked out of Dot Mob around the 2017-ish time. You know what I mean? And where Rex said he not Dot Mob. So when he was in Dot Mob with a lot of superstars, okay? He was in Dot Mob with T-Rex, the GOAT, the legend, all right? One of the reasons why battle rap is battle rap now is because of T-Rex, all right? Murder Mook, okay? The GOAT. Tay-Rock, the GOAT. Daylight was in Dot Mob at one time, all right? So this is like even though they're not together all the time, but this was like the Justice League, one of the first battle rap cliques. So in a lot of ways, Sean was like the little homie, you know what I mean? And I can remember, now mind you, battle rap media wasn't what it was back in 2013, 2014, but I remember the status that cause you know when you know who's who, right? And you know who's really popping. It didn't really feel like Sean was considered to be top tier. I'm not gonna say he was mid tier, but he wasn't necessarily considered like a top pick, or wasn't like, yo, Sean's coming to the stage. We knew it was going to be good and whatnot, but Sean wasn't that big, and he wasn't being held in a super high regard around that 2012, 2013 time. But he was always one of them hitters. You know what I mean? When I first heard Sean, like for me, the Rex influence was very clear to me and whatnot. And eventually Sean's style evolved into one all his own. You know what I'm saying? He's going through different stages and stuff like that. More cadence, more performance, you know what I'm saying? More clarity, to the point where Sean smoked T-Rex. And so I think that was 2018. So he smoked Rex. You know what I mean? I think that was known. Was that known? Yeah, known, right? So but my point being is that when you aren't used to getting a certain kind of attention, right? And you're kind of more the little homie, you're more in the supporting role, you don't really know you may not know what to do when it's your time, because everybody got their time. If you work hard enough, it's going to be your time. But it depends on your training, your upbringing, who raised you. Okay, who raised you? Like I was saying before, a lot of problems I see come from what I can tell with somebody's upbringing, meaning that who taught you right from wrong? Who taught you how to communicate? Who taught you accountability and respect and honor? All right? Because honor is not convenient. Integrity is not convenient. So I don't know what Shine was taught. You know what I mean? I'm not saying Shine's a bad dude at all, but what's what I think happened when he went to NWX? Shine became way more powerful. He became way more influential. He became like he had a few runs. Matter of fact, I think he had one of the best runs, period. Shine had a point like 2020, 2021, like the 2019 to 2021, where Shine ain't lose. You could argue that Shine ain't lose a round. Okay? Shine been putting on since that 2014 time. Shine's been putting on, bruh. I always mark it from when he battled JC and spiked JC up. And he started coming with that back-to-back punching. So we can trace it back to when he first got with DNA. That's when Shine started to really elevate and become the Shine that we know now. You know what I'm saying? The more polished Shine. Always prepared Shine. No chokes, no stumbles, no nothing. Shine, okay? So what I think happened is this was his first time being in the general position. This is his first time being in a superstar position where everyone around you has a lower star than you do. You know what I'm saying? Even his partner. You know what I mean? So Shine got to really be the star in NWX. Okay? And everyone don't know how to handle the mantle being handed to you or the being in that spotlight. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's all eyes on you. Now we holding you to a high standard. Okay? So I said to say that I think this all being new to him in terms of, because I mean, obviously someone like DNA, I'm going to just assume that going to treat you better. Everyone in that group going to treat you better because they all respect you on a different level because you're a bigger star than them. You're better than them. You can beat all of them. You know what I'm saying? Versus you dealing with all these, they like a GOAT, Tay-Rock a GOAT, Rex a GOAT, Mook a GOAT. You know what I'm saying? We got all these GOATs. I mean, and which was good for Shine because it taught him how to be great, all right, and get him to a point he need to get to. But also, everyone outgrows, certain things. And I'm like, I think the timing was good for him to leave Dot Mob, and also now he back cool with Dot Mob, so it all worked out, you know. So anyway, so I bring that point up because I'm gonna say it again. I don't feel as though, judging by these different things that DNA said about Shine, for one, it was if you don't say what Shine agrees with, right, he's going to feel as though you're against him. So if you don't agree with him, you're against him. If you don't tell him what he wants to hear, you're against him. So that's one trait. So that means that you cannot accept criticism. People who can't accept criticism or want you to tell them what they want to hear, that means they don't like the truth. The most successful people in the world have a bunch of people telling them what to do. Because it's easier. It's way harder to be my own lawyer. It's way harder to be my own mechanic. It's gonna take me way more. I mean, that's disastrous. So I go to the mechanic. I go to the doctor. You know what I'm saying? I go to the hibachi place because I'm not trying to make my own chicken teriyaki. I could, but if I have the funds, it's gonna save me time if I go to Sakura, Japan, right? So I'm hearing that part. Also I'm hearing how DNA grandma passed away, and he ain't calling, give condolences or nothing like that. He didn't reach out to him. And also DNA made a point to keep pointing out that they kept falling out and DNA was always the one to reach out. What that means is that he's the one who sees value in the relationship to the point where he'll take action, and also he'll put his pride to the side. Okay, so someone like DNA, again, DNA knows that I'm not a super mega star, but DNA is still a star in his own right. But DNA was smart enough to know that I'm going to position myself in an appropriate position so I can win. That's why DNA, you ain't never heard about DNA being broke or being desperate or doing nothing. You never heard about nothing shady about money with DNA or him complaining about money, none of that stuff. Because DNA be knowing how to make a few dollars, man. Shout out to DNA. You know what I mean? So we have all these elements right here, you know what I'm saying? And what it adds up to is that, man, lack of accountability and development in your manhood. Because what I'm hearing is the bad choices, you know what I'm saying, that Shine has made has made it to a point where he can't handle the aftermath of the choices that he's made. And also he's so set into his ways that he can't really see that maybe how I handled this wasn't too good.